Over the past 3 years, we've traveled everywhere to explore automotive culture, from the mountains of Japan to learn how to drift Japanese style like a silly idiot, to the back hills of France to see how KTM cars are entering motorsports. But there's always been one place I've always wanted to go to with you. One place that's more iconic than the Daikoku parking area, more beautiful than Road America, more romantic than Olive Garden before prom, and even more chaotic than a grid life weekend, and that, my friends, is the green hell, Nürburgring, Germany. And in this video, you and I are spending 7 days exploring as much car culture as we can, staying up for all 24 hours for the race, and visiting everything as fast as we can to figure out if it's actually worth it to go to, or if the trip is just an overhyped, overpriced Euro trip.
Oh. Mi scusi. Mi scusi.
After a quick binge of Andor, we landed in Frankfurt, grabbed a car rental, and immediately went north to Dietz-Hotzel Iwersbach. Dietz-Hotzel Iwersbach. Dietz, you get the point. To the National's Auto Museum, a love story of a private collector's infatuation with the coolest cars to ever race, period. Okay, so we just got off the plane, and I found this auto museum that is north of Frankfurt that I wanted to check out. So we're running on about 36 hours of being awake. We haven't gone to sleep yet. I want to go see it. I think it's pronounced the Loh Collection, and it has some absolutely incredible cars. So go check it out. It's just north of Frankfurt, and I think you need to go to this if you're planning on coming to Germany and you love cars. I've seen the photo of the cars hanging around on the wall for the longest time, but seeing it in person was equal parts holy shit and other parts I'm in the wrong profession. DTM cars, rally cars, Bugattis, IROC cars, and it was all $50 for both of us to go in, which sounds like a lot, but unlike Japan, the old Benjamin goes about as far in terms of acceptance as your old Halo 2 alt-chat potty mouth. Would I recommend this museum? Yes. Now, the only thing better to do after getting off a 10-hour plane ride and spending 5 traveling for some silly little race cars is driving another 2 to the hotel where LIQUI MOLY had us before the race. It was cute, it was comfortable, it was not our home. Our home, your home, was on the streets. Hear me out. If you're new here, there are 3 things that we love to do more than anything. We sit down and we talk about car news that we think is worth discussing. We enjoy espresso martinis in dimly lit, questionable venues, race cars, and endurance events where we, you, and I don't sleep. And we're going to do number 1, we're going to see number 2, and just like Le Mans last year and Daytona this year, B and I and you are staying up all night. We just realized that because we want to stay overnight for the 24-hour at the track, we actually can't stay at the hotel because once we're done with the track racing on Sunday, we're immediately going to Saar Louis to stay the night and then go to the LIQUI MOLY plant on Monday, which means it's Friday night and it's midnight and we're packing.
It's actually, what, 12:30 almost?
Yeah, it's about 12 o'clock.
We have to be awake tomorrow at like 7, which is not bad. Actually, we're going to get a lot of sleep. It'll be fine.
And for the very first time, we are out on the track section of the 24-hour Nurburgring 2026. What a cool opportunity, just randomly getting down here. We didn't quite know if we were gonna get in, and then I think they just had a crush on Bekah.
Now, sometimes it works, you know?
Sometimes it works, and that's okay.
Other times I get looked at like, get away.
Yeah, like, you idiot. If you're new to the Nürburgring, allow me to give you everything you need to know about it. It is ethereal. The track looks that Bring Me the Horizon album song. The Eiffel Mountains bring weather that Wisconsin sees over the course of 9 months in 9 minutes. If the 24-hour of Le Mans is an espresso martini, then my friends, the Nürburgring 24 is a Busch Light.
Someone spilled the oil on the track, So Gorilla is out, and Mustang is totaled as well. So all the GT3 cars are dying now. It will be sad if Verstappen wins. For the record, I do not want Verstappen to win because I want him to come back. I wish him all the victory, but I do not want him to win like, oh yeah, I'm done.
I love the disclaimer.
Yeah.
There you go, the first of many driver swaps just occurred. It is an insane masterclass of just random things happening, and it's all very scary, but everybody did an absolutely great job. Great news, you can watch it for another 18 or so hours, and things should go well. Do you remember your first house party in college? The one where like you swore it was gonna be like Project X? Camping here is that, with mud and more dialects than a Star Wars movie. It's a beautiful combination of noise that 99% of the time is louder outside of the track than on it. And you get lost back here at night, but I guarantee you'd walk out of the forest with edema and a tetanus from the structure Lars built over on turn 3. Not the Lars that we know, different Lars. So it's 3 a.m. and we are still kicking, which means for the very first time, Bekah is gonna experience a full 24-hour overnight. We just had Max from LIQUI MOLY head out to go catch a couple hours of sleep, so it's just us. Last time I did this was in France at Le Mans, and I ended up hanging out with AO Racing and just getting into some trouble, hanging out with some fans and friends. Let's go see if we can just go hang out at the Tower Center, maybe do a little walk around the pits and see if we can run into any trouble. How are you keeping on?
I'm good. I feel really good. I'm
Yeah?
great.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm doing really good. I don't even feel tired. A little tired. Maybe a little, but not a lot. And that's good. This was my idea to stay up all night.
It was her idea.
You're an ass. I don't know what else to say. It's so pretty.
No matter what anyone says, having a drink in a campsite with strangers that don't know your language reminds you about how small you really are in life. Thousands of people are around you fighting for every second they can find while you're learning how to say shit in German with new friends. It's just properly good for the soul. And the only thing that can take that a little further is doing something everyone seems to think is crazy: staying up all night. How do you beat this? A moment that feels like you're not watching it, but you're in it, right? The painful beauty of a type of racing that even has Formula 1 drivers wanting to be a part of it. There's no race harder than this one, but watching the sun rise around the Eiffel Mountains makes you feel something. Like you're watching history get built because this thing shouldn't be real. Because none of it feels real. But it's why I love doing all of this with you, exploring what global car culture is really like and feeling it with my own 2 hands that are currently freezing off my arms because it's colder here than in Wisconsin. And this trip is nothing without LIQUI MOLY because they brought me out. But even if they didn't, this trip has already been worth it because the racing here isn't like racing I've seen anywhere else. It doesn't insist on anything besides the pure form of racing, and the easiest car to watch that was with the Dacia Logan every 10 or so minutes. So save your pennies if you're looking to attend a race. Like, go to this one first, and then save for another year and do Le Mans after. Then you can call in sick for Daytona on the 3rd year, and I promise you will not regret any of the amount of money that you spent. Now, speaking of saving money, you can also save money by getting your car parts from Martiniworks when you check out with Catapult. It's 2% up to $70, and we have everything from wheel and tire packages delivered right to your door with free mount and balance. Plus, we've worked with properly good parts like work wheels and Continental tires, and we help people modify their car the right way with the lifetime order support. So whether it's an intake, exhaust, maybe some BC Racing coilovers, you can find a link above above or in the description to mod your car with your friends. That is a plug so that you don't have to hear terrible Temu ads. The Nurburgring was a perfect weekend that left me feeling like discombobulated. But without sleeping, we were off to a new city. Sarlou, I think is how it's said. Home of LIQUI MOLY. Now, before I lose you, let me ask you this. Do you have any idea on how motor oil is actually made? I know you don't. I'll give you some time, okay? But I don't, okay? And it's why we're here. Since I only partner with brands that I can objectively tell all of you, this visit was truly needed. LIQUI MOLY is one of the best brands out there for oil and additives. And what makes them the best is the same reason why Porsche is so beloved. Because they're meticulous. Everything from the base oil that comes in from the port to the quality assurance to the additive packages that they buy and test, along with the 7-figure level development cost that comes around their newer formulations they release, is all checked, rechecked, tested, retested over and over and over so that the oil that you're buying actually does the things it's certified to do, even though it's a bit boring. But for oil that could melt your aluminum block if it's not formulated the right way, I'd rather take my chances with a good brand rather than a no-name brand. Also, the team here, they were all gems of people. Now, our tour, he builds motorcycles and loves to have a good laugh, and I appreciated that. It was really fun, and we spent a long time there. Now, because I'm an old man in a slightly younger man's body, there's only one other thing to do while you're in Europe. And the one thing that's better than the Matrix clothing of Berlin and the Autobahn, and that, my friends, are the museums. You want to see me with some motion? Catch me at a plaque with the translator earpiece locked in. Porsche Museum stacked. Mercedes Museum ready to go. There's nothing better in Stuttgart from Sarlou than knowing that you're going to stare at cars on 3 hours of sleep before drinking another espresso to keep you up. And both of them were great. They're beautiful. They're perfect. I like the Mercedes-Benz Museum a bit more because it was perfect. The Porsche Museum had some rad cars. Cool. Go to both of them and you won't have FOMO. But if you're like me, the Mercedes-Benz Museum is like a definite top 3 car museum I've ever been to, if not the best one I have ever been to. If you've ever thought about going to Europe for the Nürburgring and you've told yourself, maybe next year, you need to stop lying to yourself. The Nürburgring isn't like Daytona, and it's not as easy as a trip to Tokyo. It doesn't have the same level of comfort, and it's certainly not as caviar as Le Mans. But it is a bush light on a warm summer day with your old college friends. It's welcoming and weird, different but familiar. If the Midwest had an endurance race as legendary and as iconic as the Nürburgring, I'm convinced every one of my friends, both that like cars or didn't, would go every single year because it's like tailgating. You don't have to love the sport, but I guarantee you after doing it once, you'll fall in love with the people that do. And Germany's car culture is exactly the same thing. Crazy different and crazy fun. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to subscribe. Let me know where you think we should travel to next and what stories we should go out and tell. And if you're already subscribed, it means the world that you made it all the way to the end. I love you so much platonically, and of course, we'll see you.